Alright, so first I'd like to start this video off by saying my friend that I played with here did have a microphone, but we were silly and forgot to turn on his audio share. So in basically all of this run, it'll sound like I'm talking to a ghost. But just know I was talking to a very real person, and I'm not schizophrenic, I swear. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today I have for you a challenge that I thought was going to take longer, honestly. Resident Evil 5 Professional No Damage Run Co-op. Now, some ground rules here. We were pretty lenient with ourselves because Resident Evil 5 is such a long game. And it was co-op, so it relied on both of us to be playing our part really well. We allowed ourselves restarts every time we took damage. At the last checkpoint, deaths were fine because you would just, it restarts you at the checkpoint anyway. We were allowed to use infinite ammo, but only, we were pretty lenient with what guns we could use, but we only used 2 rocket launchers. Pretty positive during this run. So, yeah, that's basically it. We tried not to make it too easy for ourselves, but at the same time, didn't make it too difficult. We didn't start using really good guns until further into the run. You'll see we start off with the base pistol. We didn't cap ourselves on upgrades. We could upgrade as much as we wanted to. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks to my friend for offering up this idea. It actually started whenever he I messaged on Discord. I said I need video ideas and just asking everybody, and he said, do you want to do Resident Evil 5 No Damage? And I said yes. Well, that was a lie. I did not want to do this. I knew I didn't want to do it because I know it was going to be horrible, but we still got it done. I'm very proud of this. But man, little did we know what awaited. Alright, so just like every other Resident Evil 5 run, you start off in the village, civilian checkpoint. Shortly after getting our weapons, we came across our first enemy along with our first horde of enemies. And just like most runs, you deal with them relatively the same way. You just run and hide. Things, of course, didn't start to really become a problem until we got to the public assembly area, or the part where you're locked behind the gate and have to fend off the enemies until Kirk arrives. What important? I want to stay moving here. Okay. That's the first of many hits in this run, but of course we just restarted that way. Technically, the whole idea behind restarting is like if you get hit, that's fine, just restart, and there's no sign of you having any health damage taken, right? I know in other games you would just restart the whole game, but we decided in most runners, with Resident Evil 5 being such a RNG based game and the co-op mode relying on both players to be at their A game, as well as it being on professional mode and not starting off with super OP weapons. We had all these things against us. We figured we would just allow restarts, but most players do that anyway for this game. So yeah, after that, all that mess that we dealt with here, we finally were able to get out of this alive and untouched. Go. Not so bad. Alright. So a little bit after that, running through some of the easier parts of the game, we come upon our first real, boss. The blue arrow on the map type boss, right? The one that wiped out our whole team, the Ouroboros mass creature thingy. Just a smaller version of the one from Chapter 5-1, but just like that one, this one can easily be dealt with explosion tanks and fire. So that's exactly what we did here. Rotwell. Is there a third one that I've... Hold on. Okay, there we go. I figured if I just shot it, we'd die. After that, we got on to chapter 2-1, where this guy behind the corner right here gave us a lot of trouble. Arrow, dude, you're gonna suck. Balls. Come here, buddy. Okay. Having learned our lesson twice, we finally decided to shoot this guy instead of trying to run past him. And shortly after this part of the game, we made it to our next boss. But not before our own teammate shot me with a rocket launcher. Yeah, this part we can just run through. Like, you know, the guys coming out of the house. So after piecing this poor mind-controlled chainsaw man together, we ran off with his keys, and after a series of QTs, we got to my least favorite part of the game, which I happen to have a lot of, actually. I learned this run. I have a lot of least favorite parts of the game. So my least favorite part of the game, or one of my least favorites, is definitely the mine section, and I would not mind at all if they completely cut this out of the remake, or either made it much better and maybe even scarier, because this has potential to be one of the scariest parts in the game, if Resident Evil 5 was scary at all, right? I would also like to mention, I'm not going to be, like, mentioning every play-by-play of the game. I will be doing just annoying parts of this run and bosses, because if I went over every fail that we had in this run, it would take forever. But just trust that we died a bunch of times, but eventually got done no damage, right? So after making it out of the mines unscathed and never to return, we fought the giant bat monster centipede caterpillar thingy, and surprisingly, unloading on it worked amazing. So after a few attempts at 2-3, we decided that it literally was like borderline impossible and that we were not going to halt the run for days on end just to get this part done. But if you all would like to see us come back and do 2-3, a whole 4-hour video dedicated to doing 2-3 no damage on professional, be my guest to let me know down below, and I will do it. But we just couldn't do it. We couldn't. It was insane, and we couldn't find any good advice for it. So we will come back to this, but we decided to move on to chapter 3-1. So after managing to get all 4 puzzle pieces in the marshlands unscathed, surprisingly, this is another one of my least favorite parts of the game, but it wasn't too bad. We moved on to the village area, you could call it. I know the Mercenaries map is called Village, but this is where we got our hand cannon, or the broken butterfly. I don't know why I called it hand cannon. Early on in the game, we tried to only use weapons that we got, like, you know, just from ground drops, just to make it more, like, fair, or make it not seem too easy for us. But as we got further into the run, we were pretty lenient with that. But yeah, this part was pretty much a breeze. And we moved right onto the oil fields, which was extremely annoying. We were going to be put here. Oh. Sorry. How are we? But after struggling forever on that part, we officially made it to Josh. Escaped through the elevator, all that stuff, got on Josh's boat, and we were on our way to fighting Irving. So surprisingly, the Irving fight, it was another one we assumed was going to be extremely hard, but actually went down pretty easily. Only took us like 1 or 2 tries. It wasn't that bad. He went down with a few magnum shots and some turret shots, and that was that. There's not really much to talk about here with the cave part of the game, like the ancient ruins and whatnot. It's pretty easy. Just run through, don't get hit. There's no parts that really should screw you over. It's mostly just a part of the game for you to relax and to show you the glory of Africa in the Resident Evil world. But what followed was no joke. So after dealing with some lickers and using one of our 2 rockets on the U8, I believe is what it's called, because the U3 is in Resident Evil 4, and then they have the U8 in Resident Evil 5, that's right. We moved on to what I would consider my actual seriously least favorite part of the game, and that is the experimental facility chapter. And this was hell for us because these enemies have guns. Their guns are amazing at tracking. They do tick damage, and this is a no damage run. Luckily, my friend knew a cool trick right here where apparently if you walk backwards throughout this entire section, you can not only despawn certain enemies, but enemies that are spawned in will not lock onto you at all as long as you walk backwards when possible, which was very interesting to me, and I'm sure this will help you out in your future runs as well. After that, we sat and had a discussion outside of the Ouroboros fight about if we wanted to use our last rocket here or not. And unfortunately for us, we opted out of using the rocket launcher and decided we would try to do this fairly once. And if it either A, took too long, or B, didn't work, then we would resort to using our final rocket. Bet. Let's try it, yeah. Yeah, I think if we can just shoot him into a little mud puddle with our mag link in him the whole time, I think we got it. My god, was I wrong. Okay, I'm not going to make you all sit through the entirety of this fight. I'm going to speed it up. But just understand that even whenever it's sped up, this took a long time. A very long time. But we saved a much needed rocket later in the run. So after beating this fight, we ran through some of the factory, the experimental facility, whatever you want to call it, and we made it through the Lickers and onto Jill and Wesker, which proved to be a lot more difficult than we thought it would be.
No, let's finish this once for all. I think the odds up there. 2 on 2, right, Jill.
Okay, cool. I knew it. So after piecing Wesker up, for a minute or two, we moved on to Jill, which this part of the fight wasn't too hard, the whole Wesker part, but Jill proved to be a lot harder than we expected. And it tripped me the fuck out! You dress like a whore! Yeah. Fuck! Hey! Hey! Help! Cool. It'll be on me if it's not. Here we go. Oh wait, you got it. Oh my goodness. Now with Jill out of the way, there was nothing standing in our way of completing this run except for the final chapter, Chapter 6. Circle. Bro didn't lie to me. Yeah. Oh. Interesting, I didn't know that. Oh, I forgot that to do that. We got it. Alright, and as you guys remember, we were given 2 rocket launchers this run, or limited to that, and this is where my partner decided to use his, and if you remember correctly, I had already used mine earlier in the run. Yeah. The final chapter. When's the last time you did no damage on 5? Alright, so this part was pretty difficult, or not pretty difficult, but it was, you know, it was harder than easier, definitely, but we still made it through. We did have to restart a few times, but it wasn't too bad. It was fine, and now we're on to part 1 of the final boss fight, Albert Wesker. A combo starter, but that, it's just, don't you two ever tire. Alright. Spam, square. Oh, I love that! I always love whenever that happens. Yeah. It's nice finding someone in my age group that knows literally almost everything about the series, just like I do, because that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun to play with somebody. Yeah. Peace 'em. It's always just square, square, circle, X, and then square X, right? Okay. So. I like how he's just limp fish on the ground. Can it hit me, though? No. There we go. Inject them. Wait, yeah, you have to do it twice, right? Yeah, you have to do it twice. Never a code to you. Alright, I'll get him. Oh, wait. I thought he was going for the injection. Oh my god, alright? Like, why does he... Like, who's he hiding his eyes from, I wonder, like... Why is he worried about it? Alright. I'll grab him, like... Oh, wait. Bitch! Well, humans truly matter. Alright, so I'm gonna get over here. Bitch! I know that QTE. Alright, there we go. In the remake, we need to see visible damage on Wesker during this part. Do the step forward, thank you! Oh, shit! Okay. I think I've got him. I press square. My game paused, like it froze for a second. Whenever I pressed square, but I guess it didn't count. Cause he should have killed me years ago. Let's see. Bitch! Okay.
Do it now! Give him a shot!
Give him the shot. I was not holding. I was not holding. So after piecing up Wesker again, we finally achieved complete global saturation. And after this awesome battle on the airplane that for some reason always causes my game to lag out, we finally made it to the volcano. Yikes! I always forget. Alright. Natural selection leads to survivors stronger and better. Dude, I really want to pursue voice acting, and I can't do Wesker. I'm practicing Wesker, but like, you know what Dragon Ball is, right? It's square.
Just hold on, Sheva.
God damn it. Shoot him. Ooh, it switches so much. Alright, here we go. Did it. Alright. I am gonna try. Bitch! Nope, no he ain't. I'm still knocking him. You're good. I could do this fight. I could do this 24 hours a day. He's stun locked. His ass is not moving. His ass is what I'd call grass. Yeah, I think I can just go ahead and cut that out. He's throwing shit at me. Hey, wait. In order to kill him, one of us has to take damage. Is it possible to kill him like that? Okay. Alright. Cool. Yeah, so let's just... Yeah. Just... Ooh. Ooh. I actually beat Lost Nightmares yesterday. I don't think so. I don't know though, like, maybe the longer you fight him. I haven't beaten it on professional in a while. Did you know about the fixed camera angles trick? And okay, I was just curious because that was quick. Yes, I agree.
Ready, partner?
Locked and loaded.
Suck on this moisture.
Buddy.
You son of a bitch.
That could have easily been one day, but I just wasn't feeling well. That was amazing, though. And so there marks the end of my first ever no damage run. I want to do Resident Evil 1 Remake next. I will eventually get around to doing Resident Evil 4 OG. But just plenty of future videos to look out for. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for the support lately. It's been insane. 100 subscriber special video on the way. It's going to be Resident Evil 1, going back to the roots of the channel, of course. But thanks again, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to make, and I hope it was fun to watch. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take care, y'all.